Now you may not like it, but this is what the face of the most majestic beast known to man has. Because when I heard that thing, when I heard Aquaman, because that's what the design looked like originally, I was like, this is like Aquaman's steed, man. It's lame as shit. But you have to admit, when you hear it go like, I'm just like, bro, what is with that voice acting? They literally repeat the same VA like 3 or 4 times, and honestly, already better than Pee-wee, that KFC looking mofo. Some people wanted me to say, no, it's not actually a chicken. No, it is. You are objectively wrong. It's actually illegal in every country if you call it anything other than KFC. I don't make the rules. I'm just the #1 Pee-wee hater. And it's funny because Pee-wee's like actually kind of like an adorable character, but Pee-wee's the type of little shit that basically, if a parent had 2 kids, there's one kid who's well behaved, and then there's the other who pushes over the clothes rack and looks at you deadpan saying, what happened? And that's what Pee-wee does. And I cannot forgive the BS that it did when it burned everything last week. And honestly, man, when it popped out of that crate, oh man, Christmas was ruined. But I am excited for the chaos that Pee-wee is going to bring. Now, full live reaction to Helck episode 8 is available on my Patreon, so if you would like to see that, it is over there if you're interested. This was definitely one of the most enjoyable Helck episodes, because it basically leaves me saying, what the hell is happening? There's 2 big bombshells. The biggest bombshell is definitely the dark secret and the possibility of Helck kind of ending the world, seemingly. So we get introduced to the witch, and there's a lot to talk about there, especially with the similarities towards our girl Lady Anne. And I'm interested because the warning that she ends up giving Anne before they set off, that basically he will be an ally. He will be an ally like no other. He will be there and he will do a lot. But there's so much darkness. There's so much despair and corruption. Whatever is truly he's keeping bottled up. Like, we've always been saying this. Like, I've been saying it. I've seen comments say it since near the start. Behind that smile is a world of pain. And someone who's pretty much tasked at destroying his own race in order to save it and set them free, that's not something that really you would think someone could smile about. Even if he's not necessarily smiling about that specifically, there's no way someone could be that casual and easy laid back unless he's suppressing emotions. And the idea in the warning that once he gets to his ending, it'll either be good, it'll be good for the world, or it's gonna end. Like, that seems to be the dilemma. There's no in between, there's no extra little notches to go by. No, it's either good or end of the world catastrophe. And it'll be interesting because what we've had over the past couple of episodes is Lady Anne really second guessing herself, realizing that, like, you know, I've had such fears, such skepticism, but what I'm seeing is someone who actually wants to help me, who wants to do right by my people. And as she's coming to terms that she can fully trust Helck, in comes this woman who looks damn near like her, who's telling her that, like, no, like, you have to be wary. And it'll be interesting because she does look exactly like her. I mean, at first I was looking, I was checking out the sizes, like, maybe I'm just being me. You know, sometimes anime characters look the same. But I don't know what's happening. Were they just thrown off uncharted territories? Are we in a different time period? We have no idea. But one thing I am pretty damn sure, like I'm 99.9999% sure that they are related. The hairstyle looks damn near identical. She does look older than Lady Anne. But I mean, just the fact that there's no way, if they are indeed related, that the witch doesn't know that. Like, she has to, right? I feel like with all that magical business that she's doing, like, she's got to know something, especially given that, you know, Anne does make a mention about how, like, okay, if there's multiple continents, like, how the hell does she know which one? Like, she knows way more than anyone else, seemingly, so she would have to know that if it is indeed them being related. But they definitely baited me because I was already salty with Pee-wee, so when Pee-wee brings him up to the witch's home, and you see the bigger Pee-wee pop up, I'm like, no, you can't tell me you're dead ass gonna make me deal with 3 times the size KFC. I like me and my bucket of the Colonel, but that's too much Pee-wee, bro. And honestly, that was a pretty brilliant bait and switch. And the fact that, like, this majestic seahorse that we need, very hard to come by, you touch it, it's poisonous. Our boy brings up 3 and has to send the other 2 away. Like, what the hell is Helck? We can tell we're getting into the thick of it. The story's really starting to propel. The intro's over. The setup is more than established. But man, this world fascinates me, and I love how they can just so casually introduce questions. Like, literally, you can look at last week, I'm pointing it out. I'm like, yeah, she's very much starting to trust him, know that she can put her faith in him. And then what does this episode do? It feels like potentially ruining it again because someone that powerful is giving you that worry. And honestly, there is dark secrets behind that smile. And I mean, we obviously realized why Helck wanted to destroy his own people, and it made sense. But the idea that he is suppressing and almost getting that confirmation that there is so much darkness, it's just like, imagine boiling water, right? You know, it's sizzling, it's getting closer to the top, and while sometimes it might simmer back down, eventually that thing's gonna overflow. And the unfortunate thing is we have a man with so much power that he can literally, blindfolded, take a swing and cut that watermelon clean too, not even touching, with only air pressure. If he turns bad or turns to being an opponent or a villain for any of these characters, God rest their souls, because they aren't gonna make it out alive. I do have to bring up one point though, and I need someone to at least agree with me. At first I thought it was reminding me of Magi, the anime, but every time I see Helck in this new wardrobe, I'm thinking of Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom with Mr. Hudson, because bro, it's the same drip, but damn if Helck doesn't rock it even better than that glorious man, Mr. Hudson. Anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, you can see it in the image, man. It's just, it's literally night and day. It's like you get daytime Hudson, and then at night you get the street version, and that is our boy Helck. I love it. Like, I really did enjoy having the other characters outside of obviously Lady Anne as well as Helck, and seeing what they have to offer in previous episodes, especially when we had that battle. Like, we hardly saw them at all. But I think the brilliant thing about what we're doing is Helck knows when to show you the right characters. Like, had we jumped in this episode and we drop the witch and we get to know her, and then we just cut back to any of the other characters at the demon realm, right? Like, we would be a little blue balls because we want to see them repair the boat. Like, a couple planks of wood isn't going to get them across the sea, so we need to just focus this episode all on Helck's side, and they did that. But it feels like this understands that the story, while is being bigger than just simply Helck and Lady Anne, at times you do need to shift away and show that there is bigger threats at play. And I have to say, the balancing act of what they're trying to do for a fairly hefty supporting cast is surprisingly well done, all things considered. I truly feel like this show gets comedy right. I think its voice acting is fantastic, as seen by that horse, but the mystery and the constantly like, that's gotta be related, but at the same time, what does that mean? Are they still in the same time? There's just, you have theories after theories after theories, and that's what I like about a show like this, and why I can understand why so many people hype this one up. And hopefully, you know, now that the story's really getting going, more and more people want to discuss this one, because there's a lot of good anime coming out next season, and I feel like as good as this show's being, it's gonna get slept on once Core 2 hits, as that's usually how it goes. But time will tell. Let me know your thoughts down below. Theories if you got any. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. Of course, ring that bell so you can get notified when I upload more videos to the channel. And like I mentioned, we have a full live reaction to today's Helck's episode available on my Patreon, and while you're there, you'll also get a video shout out. So today we have Spectra, Stephen Thomas, Steelwater, and SW Margaram. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.